Hi, my name is Janet Brewer and I'm your Executive Director for Garden City Downtown Vision. I started this job May 11th of this year, so I've been on the job for about 4 months. A little bit about myself is I grew up in Garden City on a farm south of town, and I got to experience downtown quite a while ago, and I was able to shop at some of the stores that are still downtown, including Little Britches, which is getting ready to celebrate 39 years in downtown, and Kep's Menswear is where my dad would go shop for his clothes, and Kendall is still at the store and he's been there for 41 years. So there is proof that businesses can survive downtown, and especially in Garden City. So it is an honor to serve the businesses downtown, and I just want to keep the experience of people getting to enjoy downtown shopping, but also the people that want to also have an office down here, or maybe they want to have a service industry. Downtown Garden City is like any other community. When I come into a town, I go straight to the downtown. The downtown of any community tells a lot about the town and its setup. If your downtown is doing great, that usually means the rest of your town is doing really good too. And so downtown Garden City is doing great. We don't have very many empty buildings. Most of them are full, and the businesses we do have are just great for me to work with, and they're helping me come up with some new activities. So the people that come downtown get to experience it. That is one of the things that I think makes downtown really special, is when you have a birthday, you can go into the corner on Main and find that perfect gift, and they'll help you pick it out, and then they'll help you wrap it. And so when you leave that day, you'll feel like $1 million, and the person that gets your gift is gonna feel the same. And that is an experience. Or when you go to Flat Mountain Brewery and you meet up with your friends and you have a drink or some really good food, and then you go walk around downtown, that is an experience. Or when you come downtown and shop for Christmas and there's carolers outside and you go see Santa Claus, that is part of downtown living, and I want everybody to experience what I got to experience growing up here, and I still feel it's the same way as it was when I was a kid as it is today. So I invite everybody to experience downtown like I do, and shop downtown Garden City, dine downtown Garden City, and experience what I love about downtown Garden City. Hi everyone, this is Janet with Garden City Downtown Vision, and we're downtown at the new mural that was painted by Michael Knutson. He's doing a few finishing touches on this, but the reason we're highlighting this today is because we're getting ready to do the banner art auction, which will be downtown Garden City on Saturday, November 5th, and for the first time ever, we're having it downtown at Flat Mountain Brewery. So one of the reasons we're bringing it up today is that any funds that we make from the banner art auction this year is going to be going to public art in downtown Garden City. So we always get asked, why don't we have more murals or sculptures or public art? And this is your way to help make that happen. So we encourage you to come out to banner art auction. This year we're partnered up with Garden City Arts and Garden City Downtown Vision, and thanks to them holding the event, Flat Mountain Brewery. So we encourage you to come out to banner art auction, because all of us want to see a lot more murals just like this one in downtown Garden City.
At Emperical, our mission is to provide good food for all. We're leaders in developing the equipment, processes, and methods to do that. Over the past 40 years, our company has grown to produce millions of pounds of ground beef and steak products every week, and we do so with some of the most advanced equipment in the food processing industry.
Hi, I'm Jay Williams. I'm with Emperical Foods, and I support all the operations folks in the company. Well, Emperical is an innovation company and a technology company, and we're very into ground beef production and other proteins, and we are a further processor. Otherwise, in the beef industry, And the way we make our product is through technology and innovation. Since we're a further processor, there's really no knife work here. And we start with fatty trim as our raw material. It comes into the plant on trucks. And then within about 30 minutes, that fatty trim is converted into ground beef that's about 96% lean. And it leaves our facility frozen and still raw. Well, if you're in the beef industry, this is the epicenter of the beef world. This is the best place to be. The cattle are here, and quite honestly, we've worked in the city for many years. This is a great place to work and a great place to have a plant, and this was our choice simply because it looked like it was the best place to be in this part of the country. Well, short term, this plant will start up in early 2024. And in our world, in Emperical, it's called a single drum plant, and it will grow slowly over the years to be our largest ground beef production facility. Yes, just off to my right, as this facility grows and we add more processing capacity, as years go on, we can expand the building both to the north, you can see in that direction, and honestly, it comes right out to us right here on the west. So it's set already to grow in two directions as the business grows, and as production capacity grows, and as we have more employees, the building will move too. We started construction in October of 2020, just at the beginning of COVID, and we probably had 2 or 3 years of planning prior to that. And we probably spent 6 months looking for a site location and making sure that this was the right place for us to build. So the area out front, when we spoke earlier, this area out here, that's in this area, this is going to be for future expansion. So that's our first program in Garden City, and it's called the Fully Connected Electromechanical Program. We expect that other programs will happen soon as we get closer and closer to production. But this first program is in its second year, and the latest class, the class of 22, just began class recently, and all of those folks went to work for us this summer. The program starts with going to work for Emperical as full-time employees, and those employees are selected for scholarship options. And it is either a fully degreed associate's program, or at the very least, it's what's called a Certificate C, and that takes about 3 semesters to complete. Potentially 4 semesters for the Associates of Applied Science. So since all those folks are full-time employees, they are able to go to school 2 to 3 days a week, and then they're also working in our plant and learning how to build a facility. Now, although the job that they do right now doesn't look a whole lot like the job they'll do a couple of years from now, they're learning how the building is put together from the ground up. So they're getting a lot of invaluable experience that a lot of people will never have. And so it's a once-of-a-lifetime type of event to build a facility that arguably is several $100 million, and to be able to help install the equipment and get it ready to run, and then start it up. So the class of 2021 finishes up in December. It was our first class. They're doing very well. Our class of 22 is doing very well. And they're getting ready to visit in October. They're getting ready to visit our South Sioux City location so they can see what the plant looks like in operation.
This is where you come in. Electromechanical technicians are a huge part of the work we do. Their combined knowledge of mechanical technology and electrical circuits keep us running. Our company's growing, and we need the right people to start careers in this role. Work as a team, hands-on with cutting-edge machines and technology that help us produce our foods. Assemble machines, solve technical problems, test and maintain automated and electromechanical equipment to make sure everything is running as it should. To start a career as an electromechanical technician, you'll need some education and training. Empirical's Fully Connected Work-Study Scholarship Program sets you on a path to an associate's degree and an opportunity-filled career. We've partnered with Garden City Community College, so you'll earn while you learn. The Fully Connected Scholarship Program covers tuition, fees, books, a laptop, and get paid for classroom, lab, and study time, as well as a part-time job in an Emperical manufacturing facility or construction site. Each student will get a mentor from the Emperical team, and we'll make sure your work schedule accommodates classes, lab, and study time, all the while gaining on-the-job training and experience. Students commit to a full-time job at Emperical for 2 years after completing the scholarship program. Challenge yourself and be a part of our team. Work with cutting-edge technology and highly automated equipment. Emperical is changing the future of food and recruiting the best talent to help. Apply for our fully connected scholarship program today.
We actually start our recruiting at the high school level. And usually, but not always, most of the time, our candidates would be someone that's graduated from high school or maybe just did. Even though we say that's the case, we also have found people in our classroom that have been out of school many years and are looking for a very focused career change. So to say that we have high school students is true, but we also have at least a few students that are actually more experienced in the work world and have seen the value of an electromechanical program and have gotten into our program as well. So you will see us recruiting at the local high schools like Garden City, Lakin, and some other high schools in the area. And so to make sure that those high schools are getting a good connection with Garden City Community College, and either in a program like ours, and quite honestly, other programs that are there. We have a good relationship with the college as well as some other programs that are going in there. So, for example, the John Deere program. Any expense that the student would have, we take on for college. That's room and board, tuition, computer. In one way or another, that student doesn't have those expenses. The other thing that we do is they're actually paid to go to school. So all of if they're taking 15 semester hours, they have 15 hours of pay per week just for the school hours. And then they also have paid study time hours in their first year at least for about 4 hours a week. And then they're able to work at the plant 2 or 3 days a week, as long as it makes sense that they're getting their studying done and making the grades. So we provide it basically, well, no, they are in a full-time job. But their full-time job is to go to school and do some work. The first class started a couple weeks before Garden City High School graduated, and that was the first school we started working with before we reached out to others. And literally the students were leaving campus already as we started up the program and started up our recruiting efforts. And of course, it was a difficult startup, but we actually found 2 students. Mm-hmm. And then within a week or two of school starting, we found what we call a free agent, a person that had just entered on their own through Garden City Community College. We extended a scholarship offer and full-time employee to that person, and it worked out very well, and all 3 of those students are still with us, doing extremely well, and they intend to graduate in December. It's possible at least one of them is going to continue on for another semester and finish their associate's degree, which we fully support. The great news also is the class of 22 has 9 students totally, 9 students currently. We're super excited for them. All those students started as full-time employees midsummer, and so they had some work experience with Emperical before they began their scholarship journey. And so that group is now just starting their first classes in September, and they will be coming up to Sioux City to our operating plant, and they'll get 2 days in our plant to get an overview of what the operating plant looks like, so they have that idea. And then when they're otherwise not studying or in school, they'll help construct this plant and install the equipment and wire it and set the instrumentation and be here for startup. So we hope that all this works out really well for them to make them super strong and get started in a great career. This will be our 2nd ground beef plant.
Okay.
And we have multiple collection sites, and we still maintain a collection site in Holcomb. We still have collection going on over there, and there are about 50 employees there right now. Well, I'm sure there will be some options to transfer, and quite honestly, having a transfer from Holcomb would be great because they've got experience, they understand the company, and so I'm sure some of that will happen. And some folks may decide to stay there simply because it's closer to home for them. We have a program administrator, Jenny Joaquin, and she can be reached through the Human Resources Office for Emperical here in Garden City. Mm-hmm. And we also have, we can also get in contact with the program through Garden City Community College, and the department or the instructors And we are part of the programs that have happened. I believe they have a technical a program area, and we are one of the programs that they offer. So through Garden City Community College, also through high school counselors, we've done a lot of work with the counselors to bring them up to speed on this program. And then we have a person, Jenny Joaquin, and others here in Human Resources that are dedicated to making sure that that we get people educated on that program. We will slowly grow between now and 2024 to about 200 employees. It will take us a while to expand, but as the plant expands, it could actually produce 3 times more than it will initially. It is set that if it needs to be, if the business is there, that this could be our flagship ground beef operation for the company, with the largest production facility for ground beef. And if it needs to do that and the demand is there, then this plant can easily support 400 or 500 employees. As business grows, typically you start with 1 shift and then go to 2 shifts and then 3 shifts. For us, we're typically when the plants get busy, we're a 3-shift operation, and usually it's 5 days a week and sometimes 6, but most of the time 5 days a week.